Hello humans, and welcome back to another episode of RD2H Road to Happiness, building our dream realities. This week's episode is a topic that we already knew: mindset over everything. If you are delusional enough to think you can have it, it's already yours. Okay, so as you know from my last few episodes, I had a little bit of a crash out moment and it didn't last very long. I actually pulled myself out of this spiral faster than I've ever pulled myself out of a spiral before. And my best friend, I was on FaceTime with her and she said something that honestly stuck with me a little bit. She said, "Natalie, you need to stop stressing the fuck out. You need to stop worrying about what's gonna happen next." She goes, you're right here and you're trying to focus on how you're going to get to here, when in reality, you're going to end up here. You're focused on this little part, a little timeline, when you should be focused on the bigger picture, because where you're going to end up is nothing compared to what you're stressing about right now. And I was like, true, facts, you right. And so I said in the last couple episodes, I got my mind straight by doing things I know regulates my emotions, regulates my stress. I started running miles again. I got control over my mind again. And mindset is everything, not only in my business, not only in this life I'm trying to create, but it's everything. No matter what you're doing, no matter who you are, your mindset and what you believe dictates your reality. So I finally got my head straight. First time in weeks that I've been able to think clearly. I started running my miles again. I started being positive again. I've got myself out of the little bit of a deficit I was in, and the results happened immediately. So at work for the last 2-3 weeks, I have been in a dry spell. I have not booked a single meeting. I went from booking 3 meetings a week and doing 3 broker values of opinion and talking to all of these sellers and being a busy little body, to I got into a mindset deficit and I just got into negative thoughts. Like, I can call these people, they won't answer. There's no way I get a deal. There's no way I do this. I just can't. I can't. Lots of can'ts. There's always a can't in life, right? Today, the last 2 days, I've gotten myself out of that mindset. I've been running my miles. I've been less stressed. And today, like immediately, I got down, I sat down, I said, I am going to book a meeting. I am going to book a meeting. Not only did I book a meeting, I got a meeting with an expired listing, which means it's such a probability because this person has already tried to sell their building and that broker failed, and I'm trying to get them to like go with me now. So it's a higher possibility than, just a regular meeting. Like, it's pretty much gold mined in brokerage, okay? I hit a fucking gold mine. My dry spell is done. And nothing changed. My database didn't change. The owners that I have access to didn't change. The amount of calls that I am capable of making didn't change. The only thing that changed between today and the last 2.5-3 weeks that I have had absolutely no business is my mindset. The fact that I walked in today saying I'm going to book a meeting, and boom, manifestation, I booked a meeting. The last 3 weeks I've been walking in saying no matter what I do, no matter what, the world is against me and I'm never going to get there and it's not going to work. Dry. Absolutely dry. You could call it whatever you want. You can call it manifestation. You can call it mindset. You can call it positivity. I don't give a fuck what you want to call it. The fact is, our minds control our behaviors control our outcomes. And so I have been in such a spiral in my mind that I've been getting no outcomes. And the solution wasn't push harder, be better, do more. The solution was get your mind right. When you have a clear mind space, when you are positive, when you feel like your goals are achievable, when you walk into the day saying, I'm going to make this day my bitch, and I don't give a fuck what comes my way, I'm going to make this day my bitch, the day becomes your bitch. It has no other option but to do what you say it's going to do. And the same idea is, like they say, when you walk into a filled parking lot, and you're like, there's going to be an empty space for me. I swear to God, there will be an empty space for me, and it's going to be the only space there, but it's going to be mine. And then there's an empty space. Come on. Like, tell me you haven't done that. Tell me that doesn't work. It literally works. Does it work 100% of the time? No, but being negative works 100% of the time. And I'm not saying that it's an easy thing to do. Sometimes you find yourself in a spiral and you're like, I don't know how to stop thinking negatively. I found that recently. I had to start running miles again, okay? Sometimes you just can't get into that right mind space. But the longer you let yourself drift into a negative mind space, the longer you are just asking for everything to go negatively. When you look for the negative, you find the negative. When you look for the positive, you find the positive. And so like the difference in mindset and not just in brokerage, in life, in anything that you are doing, like that is the paradox that we're living in, is that we think we don't have control. We think we do have control. We're constantly trying to figure out life. And the real like secret to life is that if you can control your mind, you can control your reality, which is what we talk about here at RD2H all the time. If you can control your mind, you can control your reality. So yeah, the difference in the results that I'm seeing the second that I got my mind straight, the second that I decided, wait, I'm not a victim to this reality, I'm the creator of it. Boom, meeting set. Boom, business booming. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? So it's not you can't do these things. It's not that the world is out to get you. It's that when you are focused on the bad, you're paralyzing your mind. And when you're paralyzing your mind, you're not going to get the results you're looking for. So our mind space, and you can see every entrepreneur in the world say this, you could see every builder say it, you could see anybody who has done anything significant in their life will tell you the same thing. It is all mind space. It is not skill. It is not smarts. It is not intelligence or IQ or talent or anything. It's, are you able to control your mind space? Are you able to take a hit, take a loss, take an L, and go get the next L? Are you going to sit there and are you going to let that L paralyze you and make you feel like you're unable to get to that next goal? Or are you going to say, you know what, fuck it, I take L's all day long, what's another one? Because eventually when you're just stacking L's, 2 L's turns into a W, okay? 2 L's turns into a W. So it's just how many hits can you take? How many bad things can happen without losing your enthusiasm to life, without losing the excitement to be better? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, you're gonna take L's. L after L after L. It's gonna be like, damn, can anything go my way? But as soon as you decide that nothing can go your way, nothing will, okay? When you are taking hits in life and you are just taking them and taking them and taking them and not letting it affect your enthusiasm to life and not letting it affect your mind space, eventually the W comes. The only people who lose in this life are the ones who quit, the ones who succumb to the negativity, the ones who lose their mind space. So yeah, I swear it's not just brokerage, it's everything in life. If you can take hits and not let it affect the way that you walk and not let it affect the way that you're thinking and operating and not let it affect your positivity, you're already winning. You're literally, it's inevitable. It's literally fucking inevitable. And again, that's not, it's a muscle. Our brain is a muscle. I've said that before. You learn how to negate these things. You learn how to, combat the stress symptoms. You learn what you need to do as a person to make sure your mind space stays intact. For me, it's running miles. I found myself in a deficit. I realized it's because I'm not running my miles. I ran my miles. I regulated my body. I'm back winning. I'm back fucking winning, okay? And over time, I learned that is what works for me. If you would have asked me 3 years ago to get out of the same mental space I was in last week, probably would have taken me 2 to 3 months. But every time I get into that mental space, I learn how to regulate myself. I learn how to bring my mind back to where I want it to be. And every single time I get into a deficit, it takes me less and less time to get out of it. Less and less time to realize I'm in that deficit. So our mind space is everything. If you think you can get it, it's already yours. If you can take the L's and keep pushing through them without losing your spirit, everybody else is fucked. Absolutely fucked. So that's what I learned today. It's like absolutely insane. 3 weeks. 3 weeks of absolutely no traction. No meetings, no progress, no anything. And then all of a sudden I fixed the way that I'm thinking and I fixed my mind space. And we're back, baby. We are so fucking back. And it has nothing to do with anything else other than the way I was thinking, the way that my mindset was, and I was literally manifesting negativity. And it's true. So that's this week's lesson. I love you guys. RD2H, Road to Happiness. Take control over your mind. Take control over your reality. See you guys next week for another episode. RD2H, Road to Happiness. Building our dream realities. Let's fucking go.